Hi guys, my name is David. I'm going to do a tutorial on perfect eyebrows. Mine aren't filled in yet, but I'm going to show you the steps. So I tried to make one for Instagram, didn't really work out well. So what I'm going to do now is I wash my face and I'm letting it dry. So now all I got to do is just put some moisturizer. I use Pond's. Pond's is a good brand. Not made for everybody, but for some of us, really, really good. So I'm going to apply a little bit of this and we'll get started. Just like a dime size, goes a long ways. Sorry about the fan. I live in Nevada, so it's really, really hot. So, yeah. Now I just let it sit in for a little bit. Makes my face look a little bit oily, but I like the moisture because the products that I use sometimes likes to dry my skin out and I break out like crazy. So that's why I use Pond's. Now I use Paul Mitchell, the Awapui Moisture Mist. Works really, really well. I use it before and after. So before I spray it on so I get that extra moisture, and after when I want to settle in my my product that I use on my face. So just spray it here and there. Not here and there, but on your face. 3 sprays. Let it sit in. So now I'm going to show you the things that I use for my eyebrows. They're not expensive. They're not MAC or they're not anything. The only expensive thing I probably have is my Dior pencil, and that was $30 at Macy's. So your 3 brushes, your, what's this called? This brush, a thin brush like this so you can get that concealer on to give it that more of a dramatic arch, and your shadow brush so you can pat it on when you go back in. I'll show you. 3 brushes is all you really need. Here's my Dior pencil I was talking about, right here. My little kit, it's my eyebrow kit that I bought at Sally's. This was about like $7. Perfect. You have these 3 colors, and then my makeup palette. I use this palette just because it has our white, and our white is a little bit settled. So if some of us like to use that MAC white or any of the other kind of whites that they provide for like that are for studio finish, I like this white because it's a nice settled white. My bronzer, just to give it that finished touch, to give it an all even blend distribution. My foundation, my primer. I bought these at Sally's, by the way, too. This was like about $10 and this was like about $7, so good price. And then my concealer. This concealer comes, well, I'm a beauty school student, so I go to Paul Mitchell, the school Reno. So this is where I got my concealer. Works really well. Like it. Studio finished for that perfect. And then last but not least, my angle brush. This little brush will be your best friend and will give you anything that you want. So before I start, this is going to be my first video. Kind of nervous, but I'll be fine. So with my video that I'm doing, I'm going to explain. The first time I've never ever got into eyebrows or anything until I started going to school, until I started seeing people perfecting them and making that nice cleanliness of the eyebrows. Sorry, there was glitter on my eye. So some of us like to use shadow, like just pure shadow, or some of us like to fill in with just pure pencil. I'm not much of a pencil fan because it gives it that waxy base. I feel like if you don't have any eyebrows at all and you like that pencil look, go for it. More power to you. I'm more of a shadow based kind of person because it gives it that more natural looking blend. I use a little bit of both. I use my pencil just to fill in the empty spots, like right here and right in here, but you'll see as I get through it. So yeah, so let's get started. So first of all, I'm gonna use primer, dime size. Dime size goes a long ways, like I said. You really want to focus your primer just like right on the bone of the eyebrow. You want a nice primer because it gives it a nice coverage. Getting the eyebrows on that bone and then bring it down to your eyes. Some of us like to use brushes. I like to use my hands. I think this is the best blending technique ever. I mean, some of us might not think it is, but we're all different. So get it on there, get it right in the center line of the forehead, bring it down to your nose, and there you go. Now we're going to go in with the foundation. I use a nice penny size, just like that. Not that much because this is really liquidy, so it really spreads everywhere. So nice dab, mix it, and put it on underneath the eyes, right there, right along the eyebrows, top of the eyebrows, underneath the eyebrow bone, and underneath the other. Now just evenly move it throughout the face, get the even distribution, and yeah. Now, I'm going to be talking here and there, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask on my comments below, or follow me on Instagram. My name is David, ESC123, or just feel free to ask. So now what I'm going to do is use my little palette. I like using this light brown first on the outside of my eyebrows, which is right here, or the inner corner of my eyes, and I like using the dark one right on the arch. So you'll see. So I use little bit, and then I just go in and just start filling in. So some of us like our eyebrows to be very box-like. Others like it very rounded, others like it very pointed. I'm more of a mixture between box and rounded, so I like to do mine at an angle with my brush. So everything depends on this. So if you wanted it to be rounded, I'd round it like this, or if I wanted it to be box, I'd shape it like this. I do a mixture of both, back and forth. So now I'm going to go in with my dark brown and go in at the very top of my arch. Now the thickness of your eyebrow depends on the person. I personally don't like it very thick, but I'm also Latino, but I like to fill in just to give it that more of an arch, and I like it. So you might think that, oh my goodness, it's so thick, or oh my god, he's gonna walk out in public like that. No, just wait. I'm gonna show you how to blend it all out and evenly distribute it. And there's a glitter on my eyelid. You know, it's still there, but onto the other eyebrow. Or actually, just to make it short, I think I'm just going to do one eyebrow and then you'll get the point. So next I'm going to go in. I use a toothbrush. I know I should use the brush that you use to put on mascara, like a long one, and it's slightly angled. I lost mine, so right now I'm going to resort to my toothbrush. So don't judge. I know I'm ghetto. I'm Mexican, so whatever. So I like to go up with the shadow, bring it up, and then bring it out. Up and out. And you slowly start seeing that it's spreading out, and you just want it to be very settled. So mine's very settled and very nice. See the difference? How it's more filled in on this side, and then like slightly bald on this side. There you go. So now I'm gonna go with my pencil, and I'm gonna slightly shade in right in here, not too much, because I don't want it to look too waxy. So then just go up and around, just like that. And then spread the pencil around, slightly brush, and bam. So now I'm going to use my concealer. My concealer is going to go on the top of the eyebrow and on the bottom of the eyebrow, just to give it that dramatic arch. So now what I do is I go right along my eyebrow and draw the line over it and underneath it. So it kind of looks like that. And then you're just going to spread it out. Spread it out right underneath that brow line. And bring it up and then bring it down. Bring it up and bring it down. You can bring it in closer to the eye, so it gives it that more of a box shape, or you can bring it down. Whatever it is that anybody prefers. See? And you see how now I have to go back in and kind of like blend it out with my finger. Guys, it's a finger. It's not the end of the world. But finger will be your best brush. And voila! There is my eyebrow. Slightly lost it right in here, but that's fine because I can go back in with my brush and just slightly draw it out again. And then just pencil it back in, and there it is. And then you just go back in and smooth it out slightly, and voila! Big difference. You can see it. See it. Now I'm going to go back in with my bronzer. I like to use the gold on the bottom. Get it right under here, and then right up in the corner. And I like mixing them both. Now that I have my bronzer on there, my last finishing touch, I like to go back in with my palette, with my white palette. A little bit of dab, blow it off, and then just slightly pat it on. Pat it on. Pat it. Now blend it out and on the arched. So really with that, you just really want to get it right on the bone of the eyebrow. So right in here, you can bring it in a little bit. I wouldn't do it all the way, but I'm a guy though, so this is pretty much for guys or girls, whatever you prefer. And I like to bring it up and out, and then blend it. Blend it, go back in with my bronzer, right in the corner, and voila! Perfect eyebrow. Oh, that glitter, more glitter. So, there it is. Thank you guys. I gotta go to school now, so I'm gonna go finish my other eyebrow.